Last week we were having a winter storm and it snowed a lot here. And I noticed that one of my neighbors, they're both old elderly, that their driveway wasn't shoveled. So my son's like, Mom, I'm gonna go shovel their snow. I'm like, that's so sweet, go for it. So he went over there, he shoveled their driveway, and she told my son that her husband was in the hospital and that nobody can take her to see him. And then she also mentioned that everybody on this neighborhood, like everybody on this block, is not nice. And that just made me so sad for so many reasons. How many of us have neighbors and we never talk to them? Like, we say hello to them when we see them or when they're driving, but we never actually took the time to go to get to know them or to like actually talk to them. And just knowing that like there's an elderly couple here on our block that think that we're not nice broke my heart. And he's like, Mom, we're nice, why would she say that? I'm like, she just doesn't know us. So I made some homemade bone broth since her husband just came home from the hospital. And I also bought her a little bouquet of flowers just to say hi, just remind them that they are loved and that we think about them. So I made some hot bone broth. This is still warm. So when my kids are gonna come home from school, I'll have them take it over to them and say hi to them. But this is your sign to say hi to your neighbors and not be strangers with them, because you don't know what's happening in someone's life. And it just made me so sad when she said no one can take her husband, no one can take her to see her husband at the hospital. That like absolutely broke my heart. I was like, babe, please go take her. The roads were so bad. Like, this was last week where like the roads were super icy. So we didn't even get to go anywhere, but it just broke my heart because like the ambulance had to come pick up her husband and then she couldn't even go see him. Like, that just broke me to pieces. I'm like, what if her husband passes away? She didn't get to see him. But I saw that he's home. A few days, yesterday we were playing outside and I saw that he was home. And then I saw that she had a little patch here from IV. So I'm like, oh my gosh, was she in the hospital too? And it just made me sad. Anyways, we're gonna go make our neighbors happy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be nice to your neighbors. Okay, we just came from our neighbor's house. They're so sweet. We were there for like 45 minutes, maybe even a little bit longer. We just talked about life and their family. They actually have no family here. It's just the two of them, and it made me so freaking sad. And I walked into their home. It was so clean. It smelled so good. I'm like, oh my gosh, your house is so clean. And then I walked into my house and it's so dirty. There's dust everywhere. There's markers everywhere, toys everywhere. And it just made me realize that when we're old and our kids move away, it's gonna be so lonely.
Yeah, and you're gonna miss the huge mess, all the dishes, all the paying for food, all the buying more hearing aids for them, all the expenses for food.
When did you become so wise?
I've always been wise.
And they are so lonely. They have, their kids don't reach out to them. She's like, they don't send me birthday cards or even a birthday call. Not in the holidays. I haven't seen them in so long. I'm like, that just made me so sad. So mamas, yes, it's a mess. Enjoy the mess, because one day it's gonna be so lonely and you're gonna wish you could have it back.